If you have treated yourself like a dumpster fire, if you have said some bullshit like, it's the holidays on a random Tuesday as you poured too many glasses of wine, or ate Christmas cookies that were begun to be baked 2 weeks ago, and you haven't stopped, or if you've been in the candy bowl at the office for the last week and a half because it's the holidays, think about, is that actually what you want? Do those actions align with the person that you say that you want to be? My name is Brian Pannuzzo. I'm an executive coach that helps successful professionals get wealthy outside of the office in their mind, their body, and their relationships. I'm an expert at this because I did it myself. I sat inside of corporate America in a seat very much like, or maybe even exactly like the one you sit in on a daily basis. I did that for 2 decades. If I can do it, so can you. Welcome back to the show. Like I said, this is Brian. My name is Brian Pannuzzo. That's my full name. This is the Success Lift podcast. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas to you. It is finally, like really the holidays. I'm kind of poking a little bit of fun. If you pay attention to me on social media, primarily Instagram, although I've probably talked about this a little bit in my emails, but if you're paying attention to me on Instagram, at Brian Pannuzzo, Pannuzzo, I've been poking fun at some of you guys that have just turned your bodies into dumpster fires for the last 30 plus days and just like chalked it up to the holidays. You know, it's the holidays. Like, would you ever like show up to work and just kick back and tell your boss to F off and not do anything that you're supposed to do because it's the holidays? Would you not even show up to work because it's the holidays? So that's kind of what I mean by that. Would you ever do things in your professional life that we regularly do in our personal lives and chalk it up to some bullshit phrase like, it's the holidays? Now, I get it. The holidays are a long period of time. And that's why it's so important for people to take advantage of many of the downtime moments so that they can enjoy the actual holidays, which we are just about upon. At the time of this recording dropping, it is December 23rd. It is the week of Christmas. We are upon Christmas Eve, Christmas, and that week in between Christmas and New Year's Day, where not very much happens except a lot of reflection, a lot of planning, a lot of promises, a lot of bullshit that people tell themselves they're going to do and is going to be different for next year. More on that next week as I help you lay out a plan for yourself to make 2025 actually a productive year in your life outside of the office. But what I wanted to talk a little bit about today is partially already gone because we've missed most of the window, but just in general, this theme in our lives of it's the holidays and how we perceive the things that we are supposed to do, can do, are unwilling to do, whatever it may be, inside of the office versus out. And this is going to be a very short message. And I know whenever I say that, I then say, yeah, it probably won't be because I'll ramble. But this is actually going to be a short one because I know you're busy as hell this week. I hope that you're connecting with friends and family. I hope you're enjoying some downtime. I hope you're actually putting in some personal care moments because many of us won't be working as hard this week. And when we have extra time, instead of doom scrolling on our phone until we find the end of the goddamn internet, if you didn't see me on YouTube, I just started scrolling on my phone. Maybe we focus a little bit on ourselves. Maybe we get quiet for a little while and come up with some goals for ourselves that we potentially might read on a daily basis so that we get acclimated with the things that we truly desire. Again, if you're not on YouTube, I just held up a sheet of goals that I have that I read every single day. Some of them are ridiculous. Some of them I'm not even close to coming to getting towards. There are certain pictures to my left right here that I look at on a daily basis. I am currently not flying private everywhere I go. I am currently not getting onto some of the golf courses that I have pictures of next to me. And so these are things that I desire in my life. There are many, many more things. They're not even just monetary related. I describe my relationship with my wife. I've sketched out exactly what it is I want. I know who I want to impact. I know who I'm qualified to impact and to persuade and to connect with. And again, if you're not on YouTube, I'm pointing right into the camera because most likely that person looks, smells, feels, tastes. People don't taste. People, I guess they do. Very much like you. Because like I say in the intro, I was you. I'm an expert because I did it myself. I sat in your seat inside of corporate America for 2 decades. And the people that I work with now are very much like me, which means they're very much like you. And if I can do it, if they can do it, so can you. And so what I want you to consider is whether or not, look back on the last 3 to 4 weeks since Thanksgiving and use this time to reflect. Because what we don't do is we don't actually reflect upon the things that we did. We don't audit, which is a cornerstone of my program and every amazing program I've ever been a part of. We don't take time to actually learn what it is we did wrong and what we might do differently. We are about to enter the week of the year where we all take our balls of shit and we throw it up against the wall and we hope some new strategy just sticks up there and that it's going to be our magic pill for 2025 and beyond to get us where we want to go. And you've done it for the last 5, 10, 15, and maybe even 20 years. Why do you think it's going to work for you this week? And so this is a good moment to reflect upon the last 30 plus days. And if you have treated yourself like a dumpster fire, if you have said some bullshit like it's the holidays on a random Tuesday as you poured too many glasses of wine or ate Christmas cookies that were begun to be baked 2 weeks ago and you haven't stopped, or if you've been in the candy bowl at the office for the last week and a half because it's the holidays, think about, is that actually what you want? Do those actions align with the person that you say that you want to be, that you will write down at some point between now and next Wednesday or Thursday when it's New Year's and you're sketching out all these goals for yourself? Does that person do the things that you've been doing over the last 30 plus days? And if he or she doesn't do those things, start to think about why it is you've been doing those things and what is your actual strategy to change those things. And if we were talking in a professional work context, would you do those things? Okay. And that's the relationship that I find breaks down in people's lives so often. It's like, you wouldn't treat your professional life like this. Why do you treat your personal life this way? Why do you lack discipline in your personal life when you have it in your professional life? Why do you show up anyway when you clearly wouldn't do the same things at the office that you would in your professional life? Why have you decided to value your career and the success over all of the other things in your life? Because I know that you have money in the bank and I know that you're not going broke anytime soon. And so what pedestal have you put this desire for you to just charge ahead and your willingness to do it no matter what? Because I also know, as important as your career is, and as much as we value our professional success, you don't want to do it. You don't wake up every day with this driving passion to go do the things you do at the office, at least not every day. And at least most of us, a very large percentage of us. So the point is you show up anyway. You have this component of grit in your life that I've talked about before. You can go all the way back to my TED Talk that I gave, probably like 6 months ago, where I laid out the 4 characteristics you have as a successful professional. And if you just simply applied them to your personal life, how much more successful could you be? You know that you have a strong desire or a specific goal. You have titles you want to reach, you have income you want to make, you have a retirement age, you have specific goals inside of your career. You follow a structured plan, you have mentors, you have coaches, you do what you're told by people you trust who have been down the path that you want to go. You have accepted that there is a component of time that is required in order to achieve these goals. You may have wanted to make millions of dollars a year as a 24-year-old, but you may have only been making 75 or 100 or 50 or 150 or maybe more if you were lucky as a 24-year-old. I don't know. But you certainly would look back on your income in your 20s and think it is not even remotely close to impressive compared to how you are doing right now. And as a side note, like, why are you still talking about the shape that you were in your 20s? Your professional career wouldn't impress you now. Why is it impressive to you that you were in shape 20 years ago? Who gives a fuck? Great. You played high school football. You played college football. You were in great shape when you were 25. You're 45 now and you have man boobs and your gut hangs over and you're 40 pounds overweight and you need Advil every time you play golf and your body hurts constantly and you have to get a coffee when it hits 3 p.m. at the office to stay awake because your energy sucks. What part of that life is impressive in any way, shape, or form? If you were a stock, if you were an investment, would you invest in you personally? Your personal life, your marriage, your personal, how your body looks, your vices. Are you worthy of putting capital behind? So like, what is so impressive about you being in shape 20 years ago? We were all in fucking shape 20 years ago. Move on. Like, what are you doing with your life? That's a side tangent. The fourth thing that you've experienced on a regular basis, which is why I got down this little road that I'm on, is that not every single day you want to get up and go to work. But guess what? You do. When is the last time you just consistently, every once in a while, we have moments, I get it. Don't tell me, 3 weeks ago, I decided not to go to work. I get it, dude. I get it. When is the last time you consistently checked out from your obligations inside of your career and then blamed some bullshit like it's the holidays? And so that's the point that I hope you take away. While you might have lost some time in order to salvage this holiday season, I would say there's still 8 or 9 days left. And what if you put in a solid 7.5 out of 9 days? You probably would feel a lot better about yourself come January 1st or 2nd. What if you didn't just toss away today because it's Monday? Of course, you're listening to this on Monday. What if you got a workout in or some steps in or ate relatively healthy until Christmas Eve dinner? What if you just made some scrambled eggs and didn't eat fucking 7 donuts on Christmas morning and saved your bullets for all the great food later in the day? What if you got back to it on the 26th because it's December 26th and there's not another holiday again until New Year's Eve or New Year's? What if you just handled your business for the week in between Christmas and New Year's? Now, I get it. Some of you might be on vacation. I hope you are. I hope you're enjoying yourself, and I hope you're relaxing. I have several clients who are on vacation this week, and guess what? We've been building a plan to put together for them the entire month of December to prepare them to have fun during this moment. Because if they just threw away 45 days, then went on vacation, then came back, they ain't going to feel very good, and they have specific goals. So my hope for you is, number one, to have an amazing Christmas, to have an amazing holiday week. I'll be back to talk to you again before New Year, so I won't wish you a happy New Year. And by the way, once about January 4th or 5th shows up, no more Happy New Year's. We'll cover that next week. My New Year's protocol, my Happy New Year's protocol. You can't be telling people Happy New Year's on January 14th. It's over. Let's move on. My hope for you is that you reflect a little bit. If you've had a great December, awesome. If you've navigated the gauntlet of December, like many of my clients have, awesome. If you're kind of stuck in the same place that you were before Thanksgiving, that puts you in the top 10% of the goddamn population, because everybody goes backwards during this time. So well done. What's your next move? If you haven't, at least learn from it, especially if you keep talking to yourself like I always do on Monday mornings, or I used to on Monday mornings, about how I can't believe I did it again. Geez, this is like every single Monday. I'm going to change this week. This week's going to be different. Next year is going to be different. I'm going to do better. I never fucking did, because I never had a plan. I never followed the path of someone who's been down the road that I was looking to go down. And so at least use some of this time to reflect a little bit. And I hope that you get a little quiet. And I hope that you realize that your success inside of your career has been achieved because you've been willing to do certain things. And every once in a while, you're going to have to take those components and you're going to have to bring them to your personal life. If you truly want to be as wealthy in your mindset, as wealthy in your physicality, as wealthy in your relationships as you are inside of your career. I appreciate how much you show up to listen to these. I wish you a very Merry Christmas. I hope you have a great week with your family. I hope you achieve some balance. I hope you enjoy yourself. Definitely kick back, have some cocktails, have a good cigar, be with friends, eat some great food, but move your ass. Get some workouts in. Don't blow the entire goddamn week. I appreciate you. I'll see you back here next week. Merry Christmas, everyone.